erùpẹ̀ ilẹ̀ kó lè yìn ọ́ lógo bàbá mímọ́. Yes, good evening, guys. Good evening, good afternoon to you, good morning to you from wherever you're watching the live stream. Yes, it is New Year's Eve. Today, yes, the 31st day of the 12th month of the year 2021. Yes, the year is gradually coming to an end in a few couple of hours from now, depending on your geographical location and where you are around the world. Yes, welcome to episode 137 of our usual series of the Bleeding Edge. Yes, 137. Is it a coincidence? Let me first start by saying, is it a coincidence that we are ending this Bleeding Edge series with episode 137? 1 plus 3 plus 7 equals 11. Yes, 11. One of the sacred numbers in Freemason and the Ogboni fraternity. Yes, 137, 1 plus 3 plus 7 equals 11. Maybe this particular edition will be so spiritual. That's why we're ending the year with 137 of the Bleeding Edge. Yes, the time currently in London is 16:54 GMT, British Winter Time. Welcome. I'm your usual host, Frank Bello. Alaja Folake Alawiye. You're welcome to the stream. Yes, that's my dearest Alaja Folake Alawiye there. Oh, Alaja Lola, not Alaja Folake Alawiye. I think I'm still expecting her. Alaja Lola, good evening. Peter Touch, James Coker, Steve Osage, the Edo man, good evening. Emmanuel Evans, Chinazom, Uchelo, good evening. Uche Timothy Eluma, good evening. Yes, guys, if you don't comment, I won't see you. I won't be able to recognize or acknowledge you. You want me to acknowledge you like we always do on the stream? Please leave your comment. Tell us exactly where you're watching the stream, your location, where you are watching the live stream on the surface of the planet. Yes, we want to know you better. Yes, good evening, Ayo Onobanjo. You are not commenting, but I can spot you watching the stream live from Liberty Media Communications. You're not commenting, but I can see you watching it live. Yes, guys, Timmy Kingsworth, good evening. Yes, Timmy Kingsworth, you are equally watching the stream live on Liberty Media Communications feed. Yes, others will join us perhaps later on during the course of the day. Yes, you see, the problem is the moment we start, the moment I dip my mouth into the talking. You see, if you come late, then I'm afraid you might have to go back and watch the stream from the beginning so that you can catch up with the rest of the crew. Yes, guys, I am wishing each and every one of you a happy new year, a very, very successful, stressful 2022. The year, let me bring it down. Let me hammer in. It is the year of punishment, and that punishment and the wrath of God will start from the pulpit in 2022 in Nigeria. Now, this is going to take us back into the same question. Are we going to have 2023 in Oodua land? I'm not really bothered about the rest of Nigeria, but is there going to be a 2023 election in Oodua land? We are going to go there. Dele Bello, good evening. Yes, you're watching from East Sussex. Wow. Oh, that's by the coastal area, East Sussex. What part of East Sussex are you in? Is that Hove? Is that Hove you are? Or in between Hove and Brighton? Yes, thank you very much, Dele Bello. Yeah, tell us exactly where you're watching the stream from, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 137 of the Bleeding Edge. Yes, guys. Yes. Oh, Potts, Portslade in East Sussex. Wow, that's a beautiful part of rural England. Yes. Yes, thank you very much, dear Ojo. My regard and the very best of my love and wishes to your family, especially Olori Musmola. Thank you, dear. Yes. Thank you, dear. Yes, the Yoruba Nation national anthem. Let's welcome it. Yes, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Yes, I hope I meet you guys well. Yes, it is episode 137 of The Bleeding Edge that we're treating today. I think it is a coincidence that I am ending the year 2021 today, the 31st day, Friday, the 31st day of the 12th month of the year, end of the year 2021, with that 137 episode of the Bleeding Edge series that I ignited over a year ago, just as the Lord impressed that on me that the nation that I knew has been bleeding for a very, very, very long time, long before some of your politicians, such as Smart Adeyemi, now cry foul to say Nigeria is bleeding. I saw that bleeding edge, double-edged sword over a year ago. Welcome to the end of the year show. Some of you might be in with me for some time because I want to take a handful of you through memory lane. I want to show you lot some of my past literary work, some of the things I recorded over many years and decades. Yes, I'm going to take you lot through it. We're going to treat the few that I believe we can treat with ourselves before the new year comes in. I know some will be going to the watch night prayer. Some of you will be going to the church to usher in the new year. Yes, I will be here. And let me assure you, 2022 will not be easy, especially in a country called Nigeria. Prepare for the worst. 2022 will not be easy for the rest of the world either, because we are fast approaching the end of time. If you like, take it. If you like, don't take it. Oh, by the way, do you like the new presentation, the frame and everything? See, I keep improving and I keep experimenting on how to better this presentation. You know? Yes, thank you all, guys. Oluwakanbi, yes, my regular. Cletus Onweni, you're watching from the homeland of Biafra. God bless you. Alaja Lola, you said, Alozie, the boy. Thank you. I can spot you too. Yes. Cletus Onweni, I'm seeing you. Are you one of the new addition to this great stream? Welcome if you are. If you are not, and you've been one of those silent ones, I welcome you because you've taken the courage to break the ice. Thank you all. It's not very easy here. We treated in the last episode politicians versus leaders, politics versus leadership. I hope to revisit that at some point in time later. Now, some of the top ones I want to treat before going into the nitty-gritty of some of the past literary work I have been engaged in the last few decades. Through writing, there was no social media. The whole world depend and they rely on the print media. People like us. And sometimes we print secretly and we distribute secretly. But now, the entire social media is filtered with people that are not fit to be in the same profession. Some will even call themselves journalists and that they've been in the journalistic field in the last 20 years. And I continue to challenge some of them. Before the advent of the social media, to which many of you are now blogging and you are shouting and you are creating confusion, misinforming the general public, especially those of you that called and labeled yourselves as agitators. You're confusing people. And for you to be confusing people, you're toiling with their mind and you are messing up their brains if you don't know. And let me tell you, God will never forgive each and every one of you. Some of you, because you knew the power of what you are doing using the social media, you've gone as far as messing other people's brains up, especially the Yorubas that are vulnerable and gullible, who cannot decipher between rights and wrongs. You mess their brain up, asking them to chipping money towards your agitation. But because you knew exactly what you lot were doing, and right now, money is no longer flowing into your pockets anymore. That's why, let me break it down. That's why you all are now shouting they should release Sunday Igboho for you. I am pleased and I'm very comfortable that Sunday Igboho is well taken care of. Because that name, Sunday Igboho, is the name that puts money into some of your pockets, and some of you that were pauper, had nothing. Some of you, we gathered, we know. Some of you, you've built houses. Some of you, you've bought yourself 2 4x4 wheels in the name of the Yoruba agitation. God, the spiritual source of all creation, who created everything beneath and above, sees you all, and he will in no time reward each and every one of you according to your deeds. Don't think you'll get away by messing up other people's brains. You are all rogues. You are not better than those hopeless politicians that plunged that shithole country into mess. Now, imagine if they then hand down Yoruba Nation into your hands. You've not gotten Yoruba Nation. You're toiling and you are messing up with other big people's brain, collecting money from them. God will judge each and every one of you. It is not for me to do. It is God. First, MC Oluomo. You heard. MC Oluomo. Thank you, Alaja Lola. MC Oluomo wants to be the Oba of Oshodi, despite the fact that he was not born into a royal household. That can only happen under the watch of, guess who? The landlord of Lagos, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the man who had already confiscated the whole of Lagos to be his kingdom. See, the issue of being a governor for Musliu Obanikoro is no longer surfacing, because now Musliu Obanikoro now know that there won't be any 2023 in Odua land. Guys, can you see my lion walking? Yeah. Yes, MC Oluomo wants to be Oba of Oshodi, and the people of Oshodi, they've kindly warned him to hands off that he wasn't born into a royal household. You see, we're going to go into some other things, because you're going to see many things that is not particularly cleared to you. And these are the things I believe right now some of your so-called agitators should be educating you people on. But they are all crying foul now, because the amount of money that was flowing through their pockets is no longer flowing. And that money will stop, because ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán fúnikaluku. Why Keys? I'm still coming back to play you that fantastic tune. MC Oluomo, this can only happen in Odua land. Natasha Aboti has put your shithole government in Nigeria to shame. She single-handedly rejuvenated a whole federal road, rehabilitate an already decapitated federal road in the shithole called Nigeria. And guess what happened? It was a federal road. And guess what? They now lay claim and they now accused Natasha Aboti that who sent her to repair federal road, when as a matter of fact, that federal road that linked 5 different states from Edo through Kogi and then to Abuja. Your shithole Abuja government, Fulani government of Nigeria, now turn around rather than say thank you for doing what we as a government should have done. They said who sent her message to repair federal road, and that same road had killed many innocent souls. And you think you have a government, and you think there will be elections. Enough is enough of these moronic elements. Before I do anything, I'm going to play you a tape by, it was made public by Sahara Reporters, Amayeli Showare's outfit, and it's been duplicated online by other people, and I'm going to as well. It is all for educational purpose, because yes, there's some fantastic investigation and things that Omoyele Showare's outfit will come up brilliantly with, but we only differ in some areas. This was an update on the $6.5 billion Nigeria Power Project, NPP, that was in collaboration with Siemens of Germany. See, when I continue to say to you that the black race are the worst of their own enemy, you think I am stupid. Now, I want you to please listen to this tape before we go into the meaty part of Sahara Reporters' deep investigations into the $6.5 billion. You hear this, not Naira. $6.5 billion. $6.5 billion of the Nigeria Power Project. And this power project, the 6.5 billion, not $1 billion, and this is not Naira, 6.5 billion US dollars power project in Shitty, location 9, the nation otherwise known as Nigeria. Now, when I came out and I said that the black race are their own worst enemy, and the black race will never progress so long as they hate their fellow black people. Now, I'm going to bring this in, and I want you to look at this very carefully. Alaji Aremu Osholade Alakufo. Welcome, guys. Please share the stream as usual. Some people may be enlightened, and you might, at the end of the day, be helping somebody else to gain knowledge and to completely change their mind, because they've been toiling with your individual mind for a long time, and things must change henceforth with educational and intellectual literary peace that will nurture your inner mind. Watch this.
Here, and I'm not going to be much longer with y'all. I understand we need to move beyond color. I'm not about that, but y'all raised it. If you started, I'll end it for you. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. But we got a problem. Black people got a problem.
Black people got a problem.
Now we can move to color blindness and always look at the man by the content of his character, never the color of his skin. I'm down for that. You get my vote. Yeah and amen. I'm for that. But before we get there, we need to hear some truth. Black people and white folk. Black people got a problem. And it's a God problem.
Hear that?
When black people see the world, you can train them. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know.
He doesn't understand the world.
There's not 2 cents worth of difference between a mass murderer. There's not 2 cents of difference between a petty thief that's locked away in prison than a black doctor when it comes to understanding the world. Listen to me. We got to deal with it. And we need to begin to acknowledge it, talk about it, ask God to help us, because only God can help black people where they are. Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one.
You hear that?
There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa or the slave ships, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone, all of them made out of grass and wood. Black men, before the white man ever got to Africa. The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation.
You see that? Black folks don't know how to run a nation.
And we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving.
That's why they hate me so much.
Nigeria
because truth hurts.
produces oil every year.
Did you hear that?
The children over there are hungry and
Did you hear that?
walking barefoot. We got a problem.
Listen to that.
They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation.
You hear that?
They don't know how. And
they don't know.
I know you don't like it.
Yeah.
But you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem.
Black people. Nigeria.
Produces oil every year.
Thank you.
Yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem.
We got a problem. Nigeria.
You talk
Classic.
about the Hutus and the Tutsis. Look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe. We got a problem, black folk.
Yeah.
And forget about Zimbabwe and South Africa, Nigeria. Look at what y'all are doing in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem.
You see that?
We got a problem.
We got a problem.
Don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what you, but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Now, only person
I don't hate the blacks, but the fact of the matter is I love them.
There's something wrong with the black man mind.
Something is wrong with the black man.
He does not understand the world. He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He doesn't understand the world. He can't even hold on to Harlem. When he was here, he moved out. We got to talk to the Lord. People, we got to talk to God. And black women, Shirley Chisholm, Harriet Tubman, Coretta King, one of her boys. Yeah, okay, then we got a black president. But you black women, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna let that white woman? What's wrong with you black women? Vote for Barack. Don't you understand?
Yeah.
It should have been a black room if you're going to have a black president. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got no sense, you black women. Your men treat you like the dogs, like your dogs. They walk all over you. They make you pay the bills at home, and then the preachers pimp you in the churches and make you pay the bills. Y'all crazy black women buying these black men private jets, the tune of $50 million for a nigga to ride around in a private jet.
$50 million. What about 6.5 billion US dollars? You're gonna see why something is wrong with the black race. And I'm going to show you exactly the Nigerian experience.
What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all?
I wasn't a fan of Barack Obama either, because they killed more black people under Barack Obama's presidency.
Let me tell you something. We're not going to ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man. He doesn't think correctly. I don't care what he is. He can be a doctor. He can be an astrophysicist. The nigga ain't got no sense.
Yeah, correct.
You talk to him. You talk to a black man. He doesn't understand the world.
Correct.
He never built anything. The most the black people have ever done, they did it here in America under white people's help. When they were in Africa, they didn't do nothing.
Yeah. Guys, very, very disheartening, isn't it? Let's go into the 6 point. Now, have you heard exactly what Dr. Mani had to say? Okay. And you think something is not wrong with the black race. As a matter of fact, I knew from slavery the reasons why many of you still don't believe the fact that something is wrong with the black race is because you are all in denial. You are denying yourselves because you have not gone deep into some serious research to see exactly what the white folks documented and they wrote about you. If not for the festive season, listen, I came across a research because I carry out research all the time, constantly. I carry out research. Sometimes I could be in front of my research station. Like, for instance, today, I started a research from midnight till about 6 in the morning today. I couldn't find exactly what I was particularly looking for, and during the course of the research towards the tail end of the time, I began to poke my eyes into all other different sources, that was when I realized that the main bulk of the research work is in an enclosure at the British Library. And I have to go there. Thank God for digital camera. After the new year, I am going to go in there. And I'll carry out my research, deep, thorough research. See, many of the black people, such as the Yoruba people, they love parties. It's not that we shouldn't enjoy ourselves, but he that is knowledgeable has wisdom. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to hook you up through Sahara Reporter's information that was published online. In fact, should I go into that first? No. Let me first of all, now, I've still kept Dr. Mani's stuff in front of me. And what I intend to do now is to, first of all, connect you up with the leaked audio. Did you hear that? Leaked audio. Leaked audio between your Fulani attorney attorney of the Federation of Nigeria, Malami, the secret recording between himself and the EFCC operatives, exposing their big scandal and how Malami is now ordering the EFCC boss, the young man, to unfreeze some big cases bank accounts. I'm not making this up. Okay? I'm not making this up. I'm going to connect. I'm going to hook up that. And let me see. Yes, this is it here. I'm going to share that as well. Okay? And it is extremely important. Now, watch this. Hang on, guys. Let me hang on. Okay, now let's do it this way. Listen to that. Notice of
is poorly prepared. Gaskiya is not
listen.
It will not enable the court above to set aside the decision of the lower court. It's not strongly prepared. It's not strongly prepared. Lawyer Gaskiya it does not know much.
Okay.
Wallahi, it does not know much.
Yanzu kana da wanda zai iya mana fita ne in ya so ko mu sallame shi. A gane ko abin da ya kara in ya so sai mu ba su as advice mu ce gashi nan in ya gare su observation kaza mana so a.
You see, fraud all over.
Because yau ba ma sa gaske yi koyi ba. In ka zuwa gabi ne, da ka zuwa gabi ba zai iya ɗaukan matan ma gaba ɗaya ya yi abin kwato a fil. Ka zuwa gabi, SN. amma wannan kalma game is the best criminal lawyer a Nigeria. Duk abin da ya sa hannu a cikin ma EFCC ma they are afraid notice a intimidated kowa shi.
Kasan shi amin nan wannan ya haɗa mu da shi.
Ba da shi ne ba da ma kuma a bar shi.
You see that?
Really, kalma game is the best online.
Yanzu why not ka samu mana wanda kake so ya rubuta something abin da kuke so in kuka rubuta in ya so shi organ sai mu sa shi ya ƙara presenting masu lauyoyin ya ci ga yadda yake so what do you think
Okay, zan yi magana da wani lawyer because akwai lawyer a nan Lagos, akwai lawyer a nan Lagos, wani yaro ne that's like 40 or 42 years old. He's only one da yake iya tackling na.
That was Malami speaking, and EFCC boss.
This is what he does. Kuma most of the lawyers are just suna da gate masu na gwazo da shi, but he's suna da gate suna lawyer. Kasan yawanci ba da lokaci ba sa yi da kansu sai su ɗauki yaran su wanda ba su abin ba suke ba su yin abu. Su ba da lokaci sai da musu abu gidi-gidi.
You hear that?
Yes. Okay, so zan kira shi.
Na tura maka wannan Aston account din. Aston din shine dama abin da ma lokacin da aka bincike da aka gani. Kuma lokacin contract ne da aka bayar lokacin shi yana director of media account. Shine aka sa 100 million account din based on.
You see, 100 million was credited, and the presented certificate of completion. Nothing.
A lokacin
Yes.
yawa ka san injunction ɗin ku kullum is a temporary thing.
Wallahi, if I know I could have advised him to quickly remove the money from that.
You see that? You see?
To lokacin da ba a sani
Attorney General Malami.
Saboda ana yin BVN ne. Da account da ya reveal da ake a tasu haka ake yanzu.
a lokacin ma da aka wannan ma ba a yi BVN ba.
There was no BVN.
Ba BVN ɗin
You see?
ba.
Okay.
BVN
Allah sarki.
Kuma yanzu EFCC ba sa ma magana shi wannan Aston.
Yake ba a maganan ma.
Ba a ma magana Aston account. It is just part of the case that they are talking about.
Kuma an yi attached an kulle account din daman.
Kawai an dora mai restriction ne kawai.
Akwai kudi a ciki?
Akwai kudi a ciki, akwai 114 million a ciki.
140 million.
So
Malami now controls the EFCC. EFCC is in Malami's hand.
Malami magana wallahi za bude. Idan aka magana Malami shi ke control na EFCC. Account na mutane da yawa yanzu ana budewa manyan cases.
Well, we have spoken with him. He said he will do it.
We are taking it easy.
You see?
Yes.
You see the fraud?
Dealing the commission and cleverly.
Yawa, abubuwa sun mai yawa kada ya je ya tsundama kan shi kan wani abu.
Wallahi haka ne. Amma ka wa yake investigation da sai ne suke yi? Shi wancan first account nan.
Wancan first account in that was even the issue da aka samu.
In 2015,
Yes.
Navy moved over 2 billion naira.
December.
Yes.
Navy suka move it over 2 billion. Sai NFIU ta yi flagging. Da aka yi flagging sai Buhari ya ce ma NSA he should investigate. So da aka ja ka investigating shine aka tafi da su ya Alhaji Dare. Shi na director of Naval account aka tafi da cewa accounts and budget gaba ɗaya su da aka
You see how all this, rather than investigate and punish looters, you see, to move out money from the accounts that were not frozen. See, move out money from the accounts that were not frozen.
iya ka investigating case na Aston ɗin nan ne yake ciki domin shi ba a ma magana shi sai kuma ka nemo mana yaron nan ka ce mishi gashi ran kana so ya rubuta
You see fraud?
da muka briefing sai ka tambaye shi ko me za a bashi da Allah.
Okay, to shikenan. Ina ga sai mu ma zan kira koliki na gobe a CMU. Zan tambaye shi akan
You see?
Yawa.
Yes.
Black people. Black people.
It's just one pill for 24 hours of zero heartburn.
guardian.
Black people. Black people. There you are. Black people. There you are. Now,
I was forced
let me just
after a trip to one country.
let me now bring in Dr. Mani, the controversial pastor who spoke truth to power. You've heard. It does not matter whether Malami is a Fulani man in northern Nigeria, so long as he's based in Africa. He's a black man. Work hard. I've never trusted. You said EFCC can't be trusted anymore. I've never trusted the EFCC since its formation, since Obasanjo formed the EFCC. Never trusted them. Never. I've never trusted any institution in that God-forsaken shithole of a nation called Nigeria. Not me. Let's listen to Dr. Miles once again.
And we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem.
We got a problem. I'm going to do this way because I want you to please listen to the update on the 6.5 billion 6.5 billion US dollar Nigeria power project between the Nigerian government, the shithole Nigerian government, and Siemens of Germany. And now I want you to now begin to picture exactly why the white folks refuse to trust the black race. Right all the way from slavery. Because I said the very day the white people saw that the black race, if they can sell their own children and their own parents, boy, that was the day the white folks saw the shitty part of the black race. And it is still happening. Let's ask ourselves, in the last 60 years, your leaders, all the way from Tafawa Balewa to the fake dead latex one who marooned himself as Muhammadu Buhari, what have they done? Please tell me. What exactly have they done? Listen to what I'm going to play you.
Hi, welcome everyone. This is an update on the $6.5 billion electric power project in Nigeria. This project was started in order to boost the transmission capacity of the TCN and also to improve power generation.
To boost the capacity of your electricity generation. Let's listen.
A lot of you have been demanding an update on the project to know how far the project has gone.
Yeah.
To know if the project will meet the set targets and all
Yeah.
that. Well, the update is a mixed one.
Update.
For those who didn't watch the first
Listen.
video, you can find the link in the video description. There are new developments on the
Listen.
project, and the principal partner, Siemens AG of Germany,
Yeah.
pulled out of the project.
Wow.
Yeah, they are no longer.
Siemens AG of Germany pulled out of the project, the power project. Let's listen.
Part of the project. The reason for the pullout
Reason.
was they felt that the conditions Nigeria set for the execution of the project wasn't favorable.
The conditions the Nigerian government set for Siemens AG of Germany. AG means equivalent to registered, limited, PLC, was not favorable to them. 2.5 billion US dollars. The 2.5 billion US dollars did not come from the Nigerian government. It came from Siemens AG. That project to power Nigeria with electricity, that money, the 2.5 billion US dollars, did not come from the Nigerian government. Make no mistakes. Right all the way from Obasanjo's regime from 1999, they've wasted, Obasanjo alone wasted 60 billion US dollars to power Nigeria. And subsequent administration as well, they've been burning your hard-earned currency without powering Nigeria. Nigeria has been in darkness, 24-hour darkness. In some parts, they've never seen electricity in the last 6 months. I can honestly tell you. Let's listen.
To them for the fact that Siemens is bringing capital and expertise.
Siemens bringing capital.
Benefiting countries shouldn't.
Siemens of Germany bringing in their own capital. The capital. It is not that the Nigerian government provided Siemens, or it was a 50-50 project. That is, Siemens will bring down 50% of the stakes, and the Nigerian government will bring down 50% of the stakes. No, this was a project funded by Siemens AG of Germany. Let's listen.
Be dictating terms. The reason rich countries like China, United States, and in this case Germany finance projects in other countries because of the value.
Yes, China was nowhere when Nigeria was going through development era. It was, Nigeria was a competition. Dubai was nowhere. Nigeria was the main destination for most superpower. Nigeria, Europe, I repeat, and I'm saying it. Those of you that were not born, many of you that are claiming to be agitators, you've not read history, so you've not been properly taught and you've not been properly brushed up for you to know exactly what happened yesteryears, where we came from, how did we get here, and where are we going. Looking at the mess all your leaders put you through from yesteryears. Those days, Nigeria was the center of attraction for many. After electricity was killed in Nigeria by Murtala Mohammed, Yes, you heard. The destruction of electricity in Nigeria. I'm bold to tell people, and I want people to please come and challenge me. And I will give you just one instance, because guess what? Murtala Mohammed sacked all the finest Ijebu engineers that light up Nigeria with electricity and replaced them with Fulani non-entities without any engineering background. That was the beginning of the destruction, and I hate anyone to please take me up. Please don't, because if you do, I'll finish you up with facts. Now, Murtala Mohammed was killed Friday, February 13th, 1976. Government after government in that shithole location 9 called Nigeria cannot even power up your electricity. And in the absence of electricity in any nation, you're finished, because all your industries, they need electricity to power all their machineries. Everything this world is electricity. Your textile, even your airport, everything. Transportation industry, hotel industry, everything depends on energy, electricity. And in 61 years, tomorrow we're going into 62 years of nasty misery in a bloody useless nation called Nigeria without electricity. Siemens of Germany saw the niche. Okay, Nigeria has got the big market for electricity. Their electricity is dysfunctional. Let's go and invest, and let's power the country for them so that industries can thrive, economy can blossom, rather than for the shitty, hopeless Nigerian government to build industries to which electricity will power those industries, and employment will be created so that people will be gainfully employed. Guess what they're doing? All your pastors, all your religious pastors, rather than build industries, they're building churches, mega churches. That can only happen in a shithole black nation. Let's carry on. Listen to this.
That the project will add to their own economy.
Yeah.
When projects of this scale that runs into billions of dollars are
Yes.
financed by a country,
Finance.
they expect that the project will benefit their economy.
That is it.
For instance, if there are equipment or machinery required for the execution of the project,
That's right.
they will be manufactured
In the country of origin.
which helps in keeping manufacturing jobs alive.
In their own country too.
Companies will also pay taxes in their country.
In their country.
Overall, the benefits
Will be both ways.
That's why rich countries finance projects in other countries
That-
at near zero interest rates.
At near zero interest rate.
So coming to the demands made by the
Now, imagine, let us look into the Dubai experience. You see, some of the finest engineers, designers, architects, builders, they assisted the United Arab Emirates when they knew that the leaders in that part of the world are visionary leaders, not corrupt. The same white folks assisted UAE to build their own paradise within 30 years. They turned the desert into a paradise within 30 years. But in your own case, We easily could have done that. Obasanjo could easily have done that when he came into power in 1999. And then said, okay, I'm going to close my eyes. And the wrongs I have done in the past, let's build this time. Considering the fact that he was in the dungeon, he should have learned better. And considering the fact that he was part and parcel of the people, please, I don't want anybody to come and then say to me, why am I saying this? That is the gospel truth. Between 1999 and today, had President Obasanjo did the right thing, laid a solid, clean foundation, run after those that are corrupt, and never used the EFCC as a witch hunting government quango, those that will come after him will look at the quality of service he's rendered the nation and will want to beat his own record. That is service to the people, not you believing the people will have to serve you. It is you that will have to serve the people. Darani Jojuwon, good day. Happy New Year in advance to each and every one of you. Guys, share it. Now, Siemens, they put in their own investment, 2.5 billion US dollars, to help you build electricity. But in Obasanjo's period, $60 billion was wasted without electricity, to which I took Babangida up on a one-on-one rapport in one of the precious time I spent with him in Mina about 12-13 years ago. And it's documented. You want me to pull the write-up out for you in HALLO magazine? I will pull it out. When IBB exploded, because it was when he was 70. And guess what? The next day, there was heavy fracas between IBB and Obasanjo in the papers, when the correspondents from other news media phoned their editors to say, well, somebody provoked IBB and asked the question about the $60 billion that was wasted on electricity. To which IBB replied, if he had the opportunities that government of the day had, he would have built at least 4 nuclear power stations that will generate electricity for the country in all the 4 corners of Nigeria. That money will be enough to build a nuclear power station, one in the southwest, one in the extreme far end of the southwest, extreme far end of the southeast, extreme far end of the northeast, and extreme far end of the northwest. 4. And the next day, Obasanjo called IBB, a fool at 70 is a fool forever. I triggered that problem in the papers, right inside Babangida's hilltop mansion. I've got everything documented, even in my own paper, even in my own magazine. And now, after $60 billion was spent and unaccounted for, and nobody were able to account for the $60 billion US dollars, and no electricity, Siemens are now coming in with their own investment, their own money, to want to build your own electricity in your own country, so that they can supply electricity and they can make their money back and then take their money back to Germany, which I don't see any problem in that, because this is business. They've seen opportunities to which they want to exploit, because you, as black dump, Nigerians, you don't have any foresight and you don't have any business enterprise. No initiative. Those Oyinbos, the Germans, that saw that, oh, we can capitalize on this and make money for Siemens AG in Germany. You're now making that niche. It was a niche they discovered in the marketplace. And they've combined their own resources together. Listen.
Nigerian government that made Siemens to back out of the project.
Nigerian government made Siemens to back out of the project. They demanded
about 40 to 50% local content must be applied on the project.
14 to 15% must be applied to the. You see?
Since
Listen.
2010, Nigeria has had a local content act. So all companies that do business in Nigeria are expected to follow the.
They made that impossible for foreign investors to flourish, to thrive. Look at. Yeah, stumbling block.
Participation in the project was
yes. Yes.
As explained by the German Chancellor
Angela Merkel.
Too much local content can cause projects to fail.
You see that?
If there are no industrial or manufacturing capacity
you see that?
that is demanding the local content, it might lead to the project not being delivered on time, or it might suffer from other circumstances.
The German Chancellor.
It's very important because most high voltage transmission equipment are not
all the equipments were not manufactured in Nigeria. All the transformers, everything were all manufactured in Germany.
You know, once a question has been raised about a project,
now you see why many of your rogue politicians like Amechi and them Damborobas prefer to deal with China, because China will supply you with fake products that they know within the next 3-4 months it will be incapacitated. Look at the railway lines. They financed for you. Chinese government provided you the money for your railways. And guess what? You don't even know the quality of the steel that they've used to manufacture those lines. But your same country is blessed with the same steel, but China perhaps must have used one of the cheapest of their steels in their own country to manufacture your own rail lines. And guess what? When that was done, a Chinese national was behind the destruction of the same line that was manufactured by the Chinese. Rogue China, infiltrating Africa with fake goods and now destroying them. And that's why you will see your politicians, because China will rather give all your Damboroba useless politicians money in bags that will never go through the banking system, so that it can never be traced. But Germans, Europeans, British, Americans won't give them bribes, because they know the quality of the equipments that they will manufacture will be at least to the highest international standard that will compete with exactly what they've got in their own country. Because at the end of the day, some of their own conglomerates may decide to relocate after everything is stabilized to provide opportunities and then make investment in the same business destination. But black people are filled with crazy stuff. Let's listen to this.
It becomes more difficult to get funding for it.
Yeah.
Especially when the project is being executed in another country.
Yeah.
So number one reason for the pullout.
Number one,
40 to 50% local content.
40 to 50% local content.
And the second reason
is
funding.
Funding.
Well, that's that's not the end of the project, because remember that the World Bank and Africa Development Bank are also funding some of these power and transmission.
You see?
We'll see the level of work done so far in a moment.
You see?
The government have handled it better. The whole negotiations with the German government and Siemens
would have been easy.
Well,
but you see,
knowing the full details of the negotiations,
right?
One can't say for sure.
Yeah, go on.
When two governments are trying to make a deal, everyone tries very hard to protect his own country.
Correct.
That's what patriotism is all about.
Yeah.
You protect the interest of your
own country. Yes.
So while the German government and Siemens are
Angela Merkel, God bless you. Yes, not a corrupt woman, is particularly interested in protecting the German government's interest. She's not interested in any other thing, but it is protecting the interest of the German government, the German people in that project. Now, let's turn the tide round. What if it is the Nigerian government that wants to go into Germany and then say, oh, maybe you are blessed suddenly, and the same Siemens AG of Germany you want to buy? Of course, you will dictate the shots because you have the money. You will dictate the shots because you have to protect your own personal interest. But it is not so in the case of Nigeria. You see, rather than the Nigerian government acquiring foreign companies on behalf of the Nigerian government as investment for the country, individual would rather acquire that company and turn it for himself as his own personal investment. I know many, I am not going to mention any name, that in the same Germany, they've acquired some of the biggest German conglomerate, some of the biggest German companies doing business in Nigeria successfully. I'm not going to mention names. I'll keep that. You can hear that? Let's go further.
Protecting the interest of their country, the Nigerian government is equally protecting their interest.
You see?
It's a matter of getting to the middle ground.
Yeah.
Which they don't seem to have done.
Yeah.
They both failed because they didn't reach a deal.
Yeah.
Siemens lost a contract worth billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars.
And Nigeria lost an enormous opportunity.
Opportunity.
To solve our power shortages.
Siemens of Germany lost billions of dollars in powering Nigeria up. The Nigerian government that does not have any stake, no financial stake, they've lost the opportunity as well to power the entire nation with electricity. So that means the willpower to power the nation was not there. So that means the person that owns Meccano generating set wants to carry on selling generators. And those generator dealers. Let's listen.
Nigeria's economy has suffered and continues to suffer from the lack of constant power supply.
It has.
No huge economy
See that?
in the world.
It has. It's still suffering.
For you to be competitive in the world,
yeah,
you must have access to cheap power.
Yeah.
Generators are more expensive
to run than electricity.
They require constant maintenance.
Yes.
And most of all, they pollute the
yeah.
environment.
They pollute the environment, and then noise. Noise.
Because the power supply is very unreliable.
Yeah.
People are forced to use generators in their homes.
Yeah.
which exposes them to the CO2 fumes from
carbon dioxide, pollution, noise as well. They've not even mentioned noise.
The citizens do not understand negotiations. They don't even care how you go about it.
No.
What they understand and care about is constant power supply.
They
don't understand contract numbers and technicalities. They just want to flick the light switch and it comes on. Flick the air conditioner, fridge, in the workplace, at home, on the streets with illuminated street lights and traffic lights.
Yeah.
They just want a stress-free life devoid of the noise pollution from generators.
Yeah.
They simply want to enjoy life like other people.
Like other nations. Yeah.
It is not clear why sacrifices were not made.
You see, I was speaking to someone who's based in Niger Republic. I think it was early this week. You heard. Speaking to someone. I'm not going to tell you the nationality of that person. But that person, I speak to that person constantly. And he was very bold. And very smart in telling me that, Mr. Bello, I live in Niger Republic. In the capital, Niamey. I won't mention that person's name. And I won't mention that person's nationality, so you will have to guess. But I spoke to that person. But the person, all I can say to you, is that that person is a black man. And a very, very responsible black person. Who happens to be someone who's been equally watching and monitoring my stream constantly. He said to me, Mr. Bello, I have been in this part of the world, in Niger Republic, Niamey, for some time. And I tell you what, electricity is constant, 24/7 in Niger Republic. Did you hear that? Niger Republic has got 24/7 constant electricity. Not only that, I asked him another question and I said, Mister, do they have any drinking bars in Niger Republic? And he said, Niger Republic is not a Sharia country. That there are drinking bars all over the places. People consume alcohol. It is not hidden in Niger Republic. And he said, it's not just only that, Mr. Bello. There is prostitution as well. That some of the prostitutes in some of their brothel are these fine Arabian girls. Fine. They're like Arabs. Fine ones. He said, in fact, he was surprised that in Niger Republic, and that people enjoy their lives. They don't think about anything. In Niger Republic. But some piece of shit in Katsina, in Sokoto, in Zamfara, and in Kano, destroy the same booze publicly from the southern part of Nigeria, to which they earn so much tax on. They depend on the taxes from our booze in the south. And they were quick to uphold Sharia, talking about Hispa. Nothing like that in Niger Republic, as I was told. Please, if you are stationed in Niger Republic, anywhere within Niger Republic, please, I'd like you to please give me a call or send me a message on my WhatsApp. You can see the number scrolling there in front of you, just to buttress my argument. Wikis, you're welcome. Let's listen to why they have refused to power your nation and the fraud that the black race continue to perpetrate and they continue to use as a tool to punish their own people. Let's listen to this.
To ensure the deal pulled through. What is clear though is that solving the power shortages have never been a top priority of successive administrations.
Solving the power, it has never been their priority.
If it were,
yeah,
the problem would have been solved.
It would have been solved long time.
Fixing the epileptic power supply should be taken as a top priority.
But they're not.
Why have they not gotten a loan to fund it?
They loan?
It's easy to get a huge loan.
What are you talking about? This guy forgot that $60 billion was spent without anything.
Or if for any reason
in 1999.
a loan to fix it, what about capturing it in the national budget?
They can't. But they are quick to budget. Guess what? $1 billion to feed your president in Asorok. $1 billion. What kind of food is he eating?
Give them all
Yeah.
the conditions and terms that you want. You tell them that everything that is needed for the project
Yeah.
is manufactured in Nigeria must be purchased in Nigeria. That they can only import what is not manufactured in Nigeria. We have reputable companies that manufacture power cables in Nigeria.
That's right.
Their products are
Yeah.
even better than what is obtainable.
Yeah. When I was in Nigeria, I used to service an account called Cable Metal. We have many of them. Whether they're still functioning is what I don't know. Whether they've relocated their manufacturing to neighboring Ghana is what I don't know. Because Dunlop, I used to service their account as well. Michelin, I used to service their account when I was in the Yellow Pages. Those days, many, many years ago. Michelin, I know for a fact, they've relocated their manufacturing company base to Ghana. The same, Dunlop. All of them. Iswani Textile, that used to manufacture textile fabrics along Ilasamaja Express Road, is no longer functioning. These were big Indian manufacturing companies that provided jobs. Barracks, battery. I used to service those accounts. I'm telling you because these were some of the things I did. Those cable companies, why do you want them to get electricity to manufacture all the cables that Siemens AG will use? They will run generator. Come on. It is better for Siemens AG because that I totally disagree on that part of the investigation. Let's listen.
abroad. It's good to protect local manufacturing jobs. So it's quite easy, it's quite simple, and still not late. They can get funding for the project and do it right now. Politicians always want to be remembered for something that they did while in office. It might be a project or a huge policy change. They like to have their names embedded on many projects, you know. So why is there no politician willing to take credit?
They're not interested.
Shortages in Nigeria.
No, they're not interested.
From Obasanjo,
yes,
billions of dollars.
You see that?
To Yaradua and
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
And now Buhari.
Yep.
Time is running out.
Yeah.
Can Buhari still perform magic?
No way. No way. No way.
The reason politicians over the years couldn't solve the power problem is because they don't really care.
They don't care. They don't give a damn.
Of politicians enjoy 24-hour power supply.
Yeah.
At the expense of the budget that would have been spent in other developmental
Area. Yes.
Their
Areas.
homes also enjoy 24-hour power supply.
Correct.
Most of them never spend their personal money
Yep.
to buy
Diesels or whatever.
to power their generators.
Imagine the budget
In the allowances
they put inside the national budget to buy diesel and to service as a rock generator. Tamboroba Shege Mutumu Banzani.
They don't ever experience it.
Yeah.
Most of them do not live in apartment blocks.
No.
The noise of generators
Will disturb their ears.
Many government agencies have up to 3 or 4 giant power generators.
Yeah.
That all contribute to the huge recurrent expenditure.
Yeah. And then pollution
they
in the country.
Contribute to why certain government services are expensive.
Correct.
It's a pity that Siemens pulled out of the
Oh yes.
and the timeline set for achieving certain megawatts of power
7,000 megawatts
capacity
was 2023.
But all hope is not lost because the transmission company of Nigeria is working seriously on major upgrades of the power infrastructure. Remember in the first video, it is not only Siemens that is contributing the funds required for the project.
Yeah.
The World Bank and
African Development Bank
are also financing the project. So they are making use of what they have, but would that be enough to stop the power cuts? We'll have to wait and see. But it looks like those targets will not be met without a project like that of Siemens. Otherwise, why did they make the deal in the first place?
Yeah.
If they knew beforehand that loans from the World Bank and African Development Bank would be sufficient for the power upgrades, why did they approach Siemens?
That's right. Now, let me give you one clue. See, that many people don't know. The African Development Bank, AFD, is a branch of the World Bank. They work in conjunction with the World Bank and IMF. And what many people don't understand is that according to a UN charter, I'll find the charter for you, but I never thought I'll be speaking on that. You see, any country from the Western world that takes on a bid that has been tendered by a third world country, and the finance for that project has been provided either by the IMF or the World Bank or any of its associates. Part of the deal is that the money must be spent back in the country of origin in the purchase of equipment and technological transfer, knowledge transfer. Now, I am looking at a different angle why all the administrations, especially the Northern Caliphate, failed to power up Nigeria. The reason is because majority of those engineers that will be employed to power up that nation are not readily available in the north, but they are in the south like before. So electricity generation in Nigeria again will be in the hands of the southerners, because the southerners, we've got the human capacity, and that is what the northern caliphate does not want. Have they got the human capacity or manpower from the northern region, they could have ditched the southerners and they could have allowed electricity to be powered up, because they will then put all their own people in the electricity company that will power up the nation. I'm telling you the truth. The only thing the Sultan of Sokoto did was to continue to send his children into all the almanjaris, send them into Ilekeu. It's fine. But that situation has not helped the case. And which was why, if you remember, the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo was even begging Gowon when he was military junta to please educate the Nigerian children. And had Gowon taken the courage as at that time to educate the Nigerian children, irrespective of who they are, give them solid education, because that is the pride of a nation. Perhaps many of those Almanjiri children, now Boko Haram and bandits, their fathers gave birth to them. Those ones that Gowon was meant to educate, they are the ones that now gave birth to the bandits that are terrorizing everyone and kidnappers today. Esther Ewetuga, JP, compliments of the season, and Happy New Year in advance to you as well. Christian Okpara, good evening. Let's go on a very quick short break with my boy's song, White Case. Fantastic piece. Short break, and we'll be back.
Yeah, G.O.D.
This is White Case, ladies and gentlemen.
I fear no man.
Yeah, you can look at him. He's based in Moscow in Russia. Look at, very beautiful tune.
Ó ní kí n sọ fún wọn bóun ò fẹ́ kú ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ o. Ó ní kí n sọ fún wọn kó tú aláìṣẹ̀ sílẹ̀ o. Tí wọn ò bá gbọ́ o, òjò ìdájọ́ á rọ̀ lé wọn lórí. Ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán, ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ti dé tán. Sí ìjọba aláìgbọràn, ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán. Ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán, ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ti dé tán. Sí ìjọba aláìgbọràn, ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán. Ó ní kí n sọ fáwọn tí wọ́n láwọn lálágbára. Ó ní kí n sọ fáwọn tí wọ́n pìwàdà o. Tí wọn ò bá gbọ́ o, òjò ìdájọ́ àárọ̀ lé wọn lórí. Ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán, ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ti dé tán. Sí ìjọba aláìgbọràn, ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán. Ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán, ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ti dé tán. Sí ìjọba aláìgbọràn, ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán. Ó ní kí n sọ fún wọn kí wọ́n ronú pìwàdà o. Ó ní kí n sọ fún wọn bóun ò fẹ́ kú ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ o. Ó ní kí n sọ fún wọn kó tú aláìṣẹ̀ sílẹ̀ o. Tí wọn ò bá gbọ́ o, òjò ìdájọ́ àárọ̀ lé wọn lórí. Ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán, ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ti dé tán. Sí ìjọba aláìgbọràn, ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán. Ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán, ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ti dé tán. Sí ìjọba aláìgbọràn, ìdájọ́ Olúwa ti dé tán.
Ẹ wo báyìí kù gbogbo ní àwáyé o. Ẹ wo báwo làwọn tó ń tajà ń bí báyìí báwo ni wọ́n ṣe fẹ́ tà lọ́gbọ́n Sanwó-Olú. Ẹ wo ṣé àwọn tó wà ń bí báyìí ṣé ẹ wo báyìí kù gbogbo rẹ o we can't go. Mo lọ ṣe kọ́ńbẹ̀ yẹn sì ẹ wo mo láti gbé.
Yes, that was Wycase, guys. Yes, I'm still going to bring him in the new year. We're going to start everything for him. Yes, that tune. He wants to package it at $1 each, and to everyone. You can only hear that here. In this platform, we're going to make him great, because for me that tune is very, very spiritual, and I deeply fell in love with it. Okay, Alaja Folake Alawiye, you're welcome to the stream. Beautiful woman, all of you are beautiful. Okay, now you've seen the fraud, the lies, the deception that's been perpetrated by your rogue politicians. Them shithole, as described by Donald Trump. We're treating episode 137 of The Bleeding Edge. End of the year, Friday, the 31st day of the last month of the year, December 2021. Yes, the time in London is exactly 8:30 London time. The temperature is 14 degrees Celsius. It's not bad out there. Now, for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, you've probably missed out, because I've been streaming now for some time. An hour 43 minutes, going 44 minutes. Now, what I want to do now, like I promised each and every one of you, I want to take you on a journey. And that journey, I think I'm going to start with this. And these were some of the things that I recorded, and some of them are perhaps an illusion that I have created over time. Sometimes I imagine things, something that is illusionary, because I cannot deny the fact that I often consider that there is a world that is illusionary, a virtual world. Illusionary means a world that does not exist. I like to consider that, yes, we've got such world, a virtual world. You know, virtual world is not real. It's just a picture. But then, if we've got visionary leaders, such as those that are in United Arab Emirates, see, a virtual world can then become the real world, reality. And that is a classic example from the United Arab Emirates experience. Make no mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to take you through my own illusionary world over many years. And the very first one I want to take you through, I want to show you this, guys. And you probably think I'm crazy. I think this went round sometime because it was in vogue at the time. I'm not going to lie to you. And let's do this. Let me show you this. See, I created this. See, I looked at Lagos a long time ago, and I created an underground network. This went viral that time. And I created this underground network for Lagos at the time. And this underground network, let me bring it more closer to your screen. You see, you can see the Atlantic Ocean at the bottom, and you can see VGC with a disabled lift and everything. You can see Chevron. You can see, you see the VGC and Chevron. When you look at that, you see, and then it goes into again Babbage. So I'll say that was a typical Piccadilly line in London. See, VGC, Chevron, Babbage, and then Tafawa Balewa Square, and so on and so forth. And it goes, and the Green Line, District Line. You see, from Jakonde Estate to the Palms, Zenith, Eko, Kurama Waters, again Babbage, and then Moson Center, and then straight on to Apapa. And then you can see our own equivalent of Bekaloo Line with the National Theatre, Nnamdi Azikiwe, City Hall, and you can see old Federal Secretariat, Ikoyi Club, 1004 flats, the law school, Estaiwetuga. I included your law school in Lagos, and then Lekki, and then First Roundabout. And then look at the Northern Line, you know, that stretched through to Oyingbo. And Akin Adeshola, right all the way from Kurama Waters, Akin Adeshola, Falomo Shopping Center. It goes through to Dolphin Estate, and then Fort Mainland Bridge, and then to Oyingbo, and then swerve around to Ikoyi Crescent, and then coming down to Melverton, and then on to Lekki as well. This was just an illusion, ladies and gentlemen. Those years when I came up with this. That's why I was living in an illusionary world at the time. Now, what have I got next here? No, I haven't got that. I don't want to go into this one. Yes. Now, you see this one. Let me do this so that you guys can see it. These were part of the investigation that I have carried out over the years, guys. Yes. Some of my terrible investigation. And I want you to look at, you can clearly see this was the 2011 elections result. Yeah, the 2011 elections result, to which Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was not supposed to compete or, entered the race in the first place. I became some of their targeted enemy as at that time because throat hurts. But just as I was going through all my archives, because I wanted to speak on this issue today, so I came across this and I said, wow, it's worth talking about this today. And let me show you exactly what I have here, guys. Some of this information you can never get from nowhere. You see, if you can see this very, very clearly from your screens, guys, if you can see it clearly, you can see those two states that are marked in tinted red. Those states were questionable. And see, many of you will remember. In fact, let me first of all bring in Dr. Mani, the controversial US pastor. Let's hear again what Dr. Mani had to say once again. Let me bring him in.
Against it, there should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation.
You see that?
They don't know how, and we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem.
Yes.
You talk about the Hutus and the Tutsis. Look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe.
Let's bring this back in. Okay? Let's bring it in. And I'm going to do this. I don't want that. So I'm going to, no, I want this one. Yes, that's what I want. Now, look at those two states in red tint. I want to talk about those two states in the red tint, so that you can see. And you can see, if you can see it very clearly from your screen, you can see that those two states in question by me, one is Bayelsa State and the other one is Niger State. This was the results of the 2011 general elections, to which I discovered that huge discrepancies, but not many people were able to talk about this. I talked about this, but I was able to find some of those informations that I documented a long time. Now, at the top, you can see clearly I have got all this divided up into columns: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 columns, starting from the state by state, registered voters by INEC, voters turnout, stroke total votes cast, underscore that, voters margin. That is the difference between the registered voters and those that turn out to vote. Okay, that's the margin. So we will then know if there are discrepancies. But I came up, they never put this into tabular form the way I've done. I exposed all this fraud and they were not happy. Now, percentage of voters margin, I came up with that. Now, total number of votes by the PDP, I came up with that. And the total number of votes by the PDP, you will see it will reflect on the total number of turnout voters and the total number of the votes cast and total number of voters registered by INEC. Okay, CPC was more like the opposition leader, opposition party, Buhari's party at the time. Their votes, and then the percentage of their vote. Then this was followed by the ACN. Don't forget, ACN and CPC and ABGA and some other parties matched up together to send packing Goodluck Ebele Jonathan in 2015. ACN votes, ACN percentage vote, ANPP votes, and then ANPP percentage votes. Now, guys, maybe you want to turn your device landscape so that you can see this clearly. Now, watch Bayelsa State. Okay? Watch, because I asterisk Bayelsa State. Cross River State, it was a little bit, the discrepancies was not much, but Niger State and Bayelsa State in tint red was the biggest fraud of all in 2011 general elections under Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Now, look at Bayelsa State at the top in red tint. Registered voters by INEC, the total number of registered voters in Bayelsa State in 2011 was 472,389. Did you see that? Now, voters turnout stroke total votes cast in Bayelsa State came to 506,008. INEC had, listen, you see the fraud? INEC had a total registered voters of 472,389, and the voters turnout and the total votes cast during Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's 2011 general election in Bayelsa State. Mind you, he's from Bayelsa State. INEC recorded 506,008. You see the fraud. So the total number of voters that came out was far more than the registered number of voters by INEC in Bayelsa State. Now, this left us with a voters margin of minus 33,619. Minus. And then percentage voters margin, when I calculated that, was minus 7.11%. How does that add up? INEC had 472,389 registered voters in the state, and you had a turnout of 506,800. Okay. Now, INEC recorded 472. Total number of vote, total number of turnout, 506. Okay? We've seen the voters margin. Look at the PDP. Out of, PDP, out of the voters turnout, out of the 506,808, PDP had 504,811. How does that add up when the total registered voters in the same state was 472,389? So PDP percentage votes I was unable to calculate that. That was why I put a question mark. Now, CPC, according to them, only had 691. Again, I had to question that. ACN, they claimed, had Action Congress Nigeria, Bola Tinubu's party at the time, and Bisi Akonde's party. They had just merely 370 votes. Again, question. ANPP, 136. Again, percentage votes questionable. I stumble onto this, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's look at Niger State. I'm not going to take too much of your time. Again, Niger State. Here, that you're looking at. Niger State, Babangida State, had 721,478 registered voters by INEC. And the number of people that actually turn out and the total votes cast was 994,485. Wow. That left us with a voters margin of minus 273,007. And percentage voters margin minus 37.8%. Now, PDP recorded 321,429 votes. I don't know how to calculate the percentage votes. CPC had 652,574. I don't know how to calculate that either. ACN, 13,344. I don't know how to calculate that. ANPP, 7,136. I don't know how to calculate the percentage of votes cast. Good luck, Ebele Jonathan's era. Ladies and gentlemen, 2011 general elections, the biggest two fraud and discrepancies I discovered during that game. The biggest. See, my heart bleeds constantly because where people are supposed to be to learn and to gather knowledge that will nourish their mind and equip them for the worst of anything that can happen, they will not be there. They won't. And that's why the black race will never be respected by the white folks. I'm sorry to have to tell you. Now, imagine that. And imagine the Siemens electricity project to which Siemens put down their own money, to which they source through the African Development Bank and the World Bank. 6.5 billion US dollars. And some screwed up politicians, frustrated. Siemens, who wants to help you power up your electricity, because Siemens refused to bribe politicians and they've taken that project upon themselves. And that's why you see your rogue politicians such as Amechi looking towards China for loan, because China is ready to bribe them only for you not to be able to deliver on your repayment, and then China will now seize all your assets. what I want to do. Now, I want to take you guys through some of my work in the past. And this one, I'm going to start with some of the thought-provocative things I did. It is end of the year, and that's why I challenged a handful of people. Show me exactly what you feel you've done or you've contributed in the last 20 years, and let's see. Elijah Falaki Alawi, you said thunder fire them. Oh, Steph. How are you, Steph? I enjoyed your show yesterday, you know. You opened up my eyes. Wallahi, it was very educative, and I was with you throughout from the beginning to the end. Stephanie Sinota, you said they will never let that happen because they will not be able to have modern slave. And Elijah Folake Alawiye, you said thunder fire all of them. Elijah Folake Alawiye, your eyes is now opened, and you are one of the few privileged ones. Like Stephanie Sinota has been with me a long time. She's been my avid regular viewer and a subscriber to my channel. Very busy woman as well. I want to take you through some of the things that will show you how terrible I was those days. Terrible. I'm going to start with this one. You see, before Goodluck Ebele Jonathan confiscate, or you know, I told you he still got my publication. Well, after the confiscation, I just left everything. Almost about I think it's probably gone. It's depleted. So because I've been telling people to just go take exactly what they want for free, I think I'm left with about 25,000 out of 30,000 copies that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's government seized. Okay, now here, this one. This was a magazine, HALLO magazine, one, well, the finest of my baby, mighty in words, greatness of deeds. This was meant to be the issue number 3, and it should have been published had everything gone smoothly, but the powers that be were not comfortable. And if you look to the left, this was supposed to be the issue number 3. If you look to the right first, to the right here, let me blow out this so that you can see this properly. Okay, I did this. I did this, and perhaps that's why I continue to challenge some people. They should show me exactly what they've done in the last, even if it is 10 years, to show me that they've been struggling. Now, about 12 years ago, I said a nation, look at, these were all my creation. This was the picture of how I saw Nigeria 12 years ago. A nation in crisis. Nigeria at a crossroad. Which way forward? I've been asking the question, and you see, I saw darkness hovered all over the country. Bombs exploding left, right, and center. That, see, many people now agitating did not see this because many of them perhaps were even comfortable at the time because they could eat maybe 2 or 3 square meals a day. And they were not really bothered. But I was bothered. And I've always been bothered anyway. 10, 12 years ago, a nation in crisis, and that crisis is deepening day by day. it was the same time when this man called Tafida, our High Commissioner to the courts of St. James's, to the UK. Tafida was appointed by Goodluck Ebele Jonathan as his campaign director general in the same election in 2011. No, in 2015. Beg your pardon. 2015. No, it was 2011 actually. Yeah, it was 2011. And then in 2015, they were plotting a presidential, the mafia, Kaduna Mafia were plotting to turn Namadi Sambo against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And if you look to your right, to your left, I said London exclusive dialogue, the return of Dalhatu Saraki Tafida, reasons Jonathan appointed him as campaign director general. High Commissioner vows he'll do it again. He told me, Tafida told me, that if there is the chance again for him to be appointed, I said, wow. I said, then that's not going to happen. Many don't know exactly what I have been through. That's why I challenge many people to come forward, show me exactly what you've done. And here, 2015 presidential race, just immediately after 2011, Kaduna Mafia were plotting Jonathan Sambo clash, because I knew as at that time, and I said Vice President Namadi Sambo visits IBB to seek his support. Atiku Saraki Tinubu oil campaign train. Sule Lamido says North can't be blackmailed. That is the mess, and many did not see this. I was inside. And left, obviously, one of the finest envoy in the UK at the time, Ahmed Umar. The man, I took that picture of him. And that happens to be one of the finest pictures ever taken by anyone for Ahmed Umar, our head of Chancery, HOC, at the time. He battled, he wrestled quite a lot of things, and I tell you what, this was the man, the brain, the man behind our High Commission to be a better place then. But now I don't really think they've got that maintenance culture anymore. But during his time, he battled ruthlessly to ensure a robust and dynamic mission for us at number 9, Northumberland Avenue. And there, rebellious pastors, the top 10 that will never see eye to eye in Nigeria, and the richest 5. This was the front cover. And then the KPMG audit report, Federal Government of Nigeria under Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and the NNPC, the National Petroleum Corporation, don't want Nigerians to see. And of course, in 2012, breakdown, in 2011, the 2012 budget, when that got into my hand, I broke it down. How government hope to spend your tax and your money. And then fuel subsidy was another big issue, still big issue today. And based on the KPMG audit report, FGN and NNPC don't want Nigerians to see fuel subsidy, the case against removal. Then I question fraud or good intentions. Guys, I'm happy. I've done my bit. Wallahi. Extremely happy. Yeah. I have lots I'm going to take you guys through. Yeah, you're going to see quite a lot. You've just seen that one. Okay. Let me bring you this one in. Let me bring this in for you. No, this one shouldn't come. I don't want to touch on this one yet. This one will cause kata kata. Let me bring this one in. Yeah, that's why I said, yeah. Let me do this. Okay. Okay, let me do this. Yes. Look at this. This was also the same time that I was completely fed up. Let me show you this. Because some of you did not see my struggle and the trouble I have been through those years. Okay? These were my trouble. And here in this particular edition of HALLO magazine, HALLO magazine was loaded. It wasn't a picture like some publications. And this was page 7, usually my editorial page, to which I'll introduce the contents of what is in store, and I can decide to give vision, as a good journalist is a prophet, by the way. So also 12 years ago, I saw this vision and I said, enough is enough, Nigeria. And I came up with this headline: Signs of the Apocalypse. And obviously, please don't forge my signature. And if you forge it, you can't go nowhere anyway, because you are looking at my real signature there, so you can't forge it. This was my intro: Signs of the Apocalypse. And you can clearly see myself. In fact, you can see my picture with Atiku and Femi Okutubo as well, when Atiku came to England. And he was vying with Charles Soludo. And that day, Atiku never had a smooth run in my hand. It was very tough for Atiku Abubakar. And here I said, constructed like the labyrinth, this massive addictive publication once more revisits the Nigerian society over the last 5 decades, 50 years. 1 decade is 10 years. So I revisited Nigerian society over the last 5 decades. And I said, a mighty strong narrative thread leads the reader past the just recognizable shades of the wicked and evil men who ruined the country you and I loved very dearly. So riveting. This edition, at one point or the other, will bring real salt tears to your eyes as you consume the pages. It's a promise. See, when I write, I don't think I'm human if I pick up my pen to write. I think I'm on a different plane of existence. I had to apologize for making mistakes in printing somebody else's name in a picture in the previous edition, and that person happened to be one of the High Commission staff. Again, I said, once again, too many hands were on deck. The maiden edition got sold out, yes, in England, in 5 days across the United Kingdom. Nigerian outlets too did the same. To us as the publishers, to me as the publisher, it's good news, but sad for those who were unable to get their copies on time. Now, to get it delivered, I was, telling people to subscribe so that the magazine can be shipped directly hot from the press to their individual homes. And for me, in any publication or any printed or delivery of information that I have to engage myself with, content is king. I've been trained to always do that. Content. Now, I said big and juicy, ambitious and fast moving, with a bold schematic plot and an eye for social nuance, combined with our charm. HALLO is irresistible. And it was irresistible, true. Far more delightful and superior to others. Rest assured, once you are ignited, it's a roller coaster, day after day, weeks after weeks, and months after months. It's been proven. Wallahi. And many people would testify to that. See, 2010 is over, so we're going into 2011. One of the best things about ending a year is that just as we are ending 2020, imagine today, 2010 is over. One of the best things about ending a year is that all that has happened is now history. Just as what happened in the last 1 year, Yoruba agitators, it is now history. We can all have a fresh start in 2011 with our eyes focused on the elections in Nigeria. 2011 is also a perfect year for real change and for responsible leaders to take over a country whose decayed economy and urban infrastructure is nothing to be proud of, whose tribal and political tensions from one end to the other is wielded by a stretch of corrupt politicians living more than a comfortable life in a lovely government mansions. We've seen Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, and other Arab nations. With the power of the people, enough is enough. It's only a matter of time in Nigeria. And in the last paragraph of my intro, in this unique edition that they never... Well, I said, this edition is apocalyptic. It is prophetic and a divine inspiration from Sadahi, Jamara, Sazlich by Agios Viduich by Sabahoth. You don't know those names. The creator of all things and the everlasting God, who acted and respectively directed every step that I took all the way. I return all my adoration unto him, and it is same yesterday, it is today, and it will be tomorrow. Yahweh Jiha by Sadahij. I am also most highly honored by the presence of my Malaika and all my supernatural guiding spirits above. I tagged this the rivers of blood, this particular edition. Imagine 2010. I knew rivers of blood's been flowing in Nigeria. The rivers of blood is jam-packed with goodies from the same creative team and network of radical writers, social critics, and experts. It is encouraging. We received too many feedbacks. On this note, allow me, if I may, to welcome you to issue number 2 of HALLO and indulge you to sail away with me as you read this delightful electric shock of a magazine. Have fun and enjoy it. I write with style, and when I write, I enjoyed it when I pick my pen up to write. Thank you, Esther. Way to go. You said, I have really done my bits more than. Yes. See, I have many. But here's another one. I want to look for that particular one let me see if I can get that. Maybe if I can quickly scale through that. Yes, I've seen it actually. I want you to have a look at this. When I said to people that my late father, Zacchaeus Andrew Bello, fought ruthlessly for a better nation. He had opportunities, and when he was in the civil service, he entered the civil service during the colonial days in the 50s towards, well, let's say 1955. He was actually taken back from the UK by the British government that gave him the scholarship, and was exempted from the London matriculation because of his, obviously because he was just academically gifted. And he had a spell with one of the top construction engineering firm, civil engineering firm in the UK at the time, Sir William Halcross and Partners. And at the same time with the London Borough of Brent. Yes. And he's been fighting because my dad told me this is not the way to run a country after independence. He stomached them for a while. But guess what? He later left Nigeria. He left Nigeria later in 1964 for his postgraduate degree at the University of Liverpool. And he returned back to the country in the early 70s. And since that time, he fought Gowon ruthlessly with articles, with his pen. ZDB never carried any guns or sword. Pen. He fought. Unfortunately, I took up the battle. Second generation fighting injustice in a shithole, Nigeria. Now, the most horrible thing that put tears in my eyes was when my son saw the way Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration went on a killing spree. Killing. Bombs exploding left, right, and center. And many of the useless ones still continue to hail all these moronic leaders. My last child then wrote this masterpiece in a poem. And I tell you what, this was a boy that was in Form 4 at the time. This boy is now 25, and next year he's going to be 26. He's my last child, by the way. He was in year 10 at Cardinal School in Hackney. They were all educated inside Hackney because they were all products of the education that the former Prime Minister Tony Blair promised us. And because of the fact that I worked in my publications, and sometimes he was open to design and he was open to my world. And sometimes when I'm in the kitchen, because the kitchen was my office at the time, because I didn't want to disturb the rest of them in the living room and their mother, so at least just to give them their own space. Sometimes both my second child, very creative, the second one too, very creative. She studied fashion designing and textile technology from the Middlesex University. Sometimes when design is so complex, I do call either my second child or the last one, the boy, for guidance. They might probably have better design option than the way I am looking at the design. And because many of these pictures that were being beamed to me at the time, sometimes when Andrew comes into the kitchen, he'll be looking at those pictures and he'll be saying, God, where is this, Dad? And of course, I just don't have any options than to explain to him exactly what's going on in Nigeria. Akogun, you're welcome to the stream. I had no option because I've got many of those pictures being bombarded. And guess what? I was mad because not many people see exactly the way Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was killing and maiming Nigerians in Abuja and in the north, trying to pass on the blame over to a man that was a threat to him at the time, Ibrahim Babangida. I don't want anybody to please correct me on this because they know, and that is the gospel truth. Many of the gory pictures, thank God I kept them securely, not in one place. Let me tell you, in 50 different places, so that if one is gone or if 10 is gone, I've still got them scattered. In fact, outside, secured. Because these are photographic evidence. They've taken down many of them. My son, at the time, a man who is 25 and next year will be 26, the last one, when he was at Form 4, year 10, I know it as Form 4, because sometimes I get confused with all their year 7, year 8, year 11, year this, year that. I'll have to calculate, okay, year 10, okay, year 6, primary 6, okay, year 7, Form 1, Form 4, year 10. I know it as Form, because it was Form in our era. Wrote this masterpiece as a poem. I want you to, so that means the struggle from my father's generation. I picked it up, second generation, and now Andrew is now picking it up. 3 generations in a row, fighting for something that is not normal, that many screwed up black people believe it is normal. This is not normal. Black people are just simply screwed up. It is not well with the black race. If you think it is well, you are wasting your time. It is not well. Andrew wrote the space. And I think I'm going to blow this one up in front of your screen. This poem. You see, Diaspora. I dedicated. You can see Anthony Fatusin there. You can see Anthony Fatusin there. Let me show you the people I did this special expose on from. You can see the department is called Diaspora Nigerian, and that was page 19. You can see that, and that's my son there, Andrew. War will never end. And this was on the right is Anthony Fatusin, one of the top Yoruba pharmacists in Britain at the time. I have been told, well, I think he's relocated to Nigeria, and he owns one of the biggest pharmacy in Abuja. And of course, you can see another expose on Chief Bimbo Roberts Folayan, who was newly elected as the chairman of Kanuk at the time. A good friend and a very, very disciplined individual. I still respect Bimbo Roberts Folayan, to be honest. Kanuk, Council of Nigerians in the UK. And then Professor Oba Nsugbe, QC, and son. Very brilliant lawyer. Very brilliant barrister. Some of us are doing very well. But again, let me bring Andrew Bellows' poem into the screen for you. Yeah, he said, you can see his picture then. That was his picture. He's a big man now with beards all over him. Yeah, war will never end. And at the bottom, you can clearly see Andrew Bello is a young Nigerian diaspora. He's in year 10 at Cardinal Paul Roman Catholic School in London. Now, these were some of the pictures that Andrew saw at the time. You're looking at pages of HALLO magazine, ladies and gentlemen. See, some are gory that sometimes I think it would be offensive if I published a lot, but the ones I feel I can get across, yes, I did. War will never end. My son gave the title of that poem. And by the way, he wrote this delightful piece. In fact, myself as the dad, I was unable to edit or take any word or include anything. He delivered this poem with absolute precision. He just went straight into the living room and wrote this poem when he saw all those gory pictures, and then came back, and I read it, and I said, wow, see, with good rhyming scheme. He said, every man and the youths of our land has been deceived by the rulers of our country. The so-called peace that we fight for, that peace from independence, will never be achieved like a child's true desire. A boy in Form 4. The second verse. Then reality hits me like a furious lightning strike. The continuous bombardment of vicious shells. The young men cry for their limbs. That was the picture he was looking at. You can clearly see the picture. The young men cry for their limbs in the true safety of their home. Destruction and screaming, the noise that will always harm my ears. No man can escape this torture. But as soon as my fingers withdraw from my ears, there was silence. I couldn't believe it. I heard a cry of pain. The innocent men that were supposed to fight for our country had lost their physical beauty. They sounded like demons striving for a man's soul. No human should go through this pain. We were all deceived or forced to do this. I can never whip these images that rot my brain. The madness in me grows like a serial killer waiting for his next victim. My vengeance isn't for the enemy of the battlefield, but for the so-called leaders of my country. Andrew Bello wrote this masterpiece. My son. Because of that, got a picture, and that was his exact picture at the time that I took in one of our outings, because I like taking them out very, very regularly, because the little time that I have, I always devote to them, in as much as they still complain that I've not really given them enough time. That was exact picture, how he looked like at the time when he wrote the poem. See, another generation. Another generation. And that's why I continue to ask some people that say they've been in this struggle a long time. They've been there for 20 years. Please show me something that you've done. Now, let's listen to Dr. Mani again, please, guys.
And black folk, that was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild.
Let me do this.
Coming to the shores of Africa or the slave ships, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone. All of them made out of grass and wood. Black men, before the white man ever got to Africa. The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation.
You see that? Black folks don't know how to run a nation.
And we need to admit it.
See that?
I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem.
We have a, yeah?
Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem. You talk about the Hutus and the Tutsis. Look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe. We got a problem, black folk. And forget about Zimbabwe and South Africa, Nigeria. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem.
Yeah.
We got a problem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what you, but you can't prove me wrong.
They don't
Now,
understand the
I'm saying this because
world.
I hate black folk.
They don't
I'm saying it
understand
because
how
I
the
love you enough
world
to tell the
functions.
truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his
Something
mind.
is wrong with the black man. Something is definitely wrong with the black race. The white race won't tell you. Trust me. They won't. Truth hurts. Truth hurts. Truth hurts. Okay, I want to, as part of what I want to showcase today, because I promised, I said I'm going to take you through some memory lane. And part of the memory lane I want to take you through, in fact, yes, let me show you this. Yes. See, I like to keep records. And here, I'll show you. This was a long time. I'll show you this. Yes. That same Andrew Bello, when he was in primary school. When he was in primary school in Hackney. I was, by the way, I was a governor as well in their school. Yeah, a governor. I was a governor in the school for at least 15 years. Yeah, I was a governor for 15 years in the school. I served Hackney well. And I want to show you exactly, you see, sometimes we don't know that the destiny or the way we have been molded. You remember, don't be mistaken. You see, teachers are the very first people to discover some of us and the talents that we have. Teachers. See, my late father wanted me to be a chartered civil engineer like him. He wanted me. In fact, he earmarked me to take over his civil engineering firm, everything. And I was really groomed. Yeah. To be one of the finest civil engineers. In fact, despite the fact that I'm not a civil engineer, I tell you what, I know everything inside civil engineering, just like my own children. In fact, my wife, who is a nurse, knows everything inside publishing. Yes. Now, when he was in primary school, Nightingale Primary School, I was a governor there. And at least I contributed. You see, because education, I'm so passionate about education. Because education, I believe, is the strongest tool or something you can give to the next generation to prepare them for their future. Now, here, Andrew was selected. You can see Hackney today. See, I kept these papers because I took all these pictures just to have a digital record of them. And this was published in Hackney Today. I'll tell you the date that it was published in Hackney Today. Issue number 4, 16/10/2018. 2000. No, yeah. 1610, 2000, in the new millennium. That was the date on the left there you are looking at. Just where the top left-hand corner of that Hackney is on H. And you can clearly see it is Hackney today. And there, Prince of Wales. And that was Andrew that you are looking at, and my son in primary school. And that was Lisa, their nursery teacher. He was at nursery. And what then happened? All these children that you see here, in nursery school, they grouped them, they put them into, they were in a team, and they were asked to design their new nursery. And Andrew's team won the design for their new nursery. And because they won the design for their new nursery, so they were then selected to go see the prince, because the new nursery, that the concept came out from these children, was then given out to an architect. And that architect, I think his name is something more Muir, then designed what these children had as concept, and then transferred that onto a proper design. And guess what? It won the design. It won a competition, to which the Prince of Wales was the patron. And that was why they met with the Prince of Wales. Now, what am I trying to say here? You see how the British establishment, the British institution, developed these children right all the way from nursery school to get the very best of what is inside them out. And there you can see Prince Charles talking to those children, meeting them, and then talking to them about their creative work. And guess what? Andrew ended up reading, my son ended up reading architecture. But then and again, the guy got into the second year of architecture and then said he wants to read music, just like Fela Anikulapo Kuti. I was stunned. He was doing very well. Now, England. England. God bless Her Majesty. See, nursery school came up with a unique concept of what they want for their nursery. And the architect looked at many of the designs from all the other children, and then selected their own, that team that Andrew belonged. So right from nursery school, they've been coaching these children how to work as part of a team. Teamwork delivers. Have you got that teamwork in shithole Nigeria? No, sir. Work hard. He said, why do all Yoruba leaders, including OBJ and Tinubu, hate the Yoruba people? Why do they fail to build the basics for their people? Good question. Good question. Okay, for the benefit, I'm going to round up very, very shortly. I don't know if you are going to be in this in the following pictures, but I want to run you guys. Some guys some guys that I'm going to show you some of their pictures here. They've passed on to the world beyond, but these were some of the records I've kept of many people over the years, and I'm pretty sure that, you see, I was constantly on the street, constantly on the street with my camera, and I've got some pictures actually that I want to go through with some of you guys. Olufumilayo here today show me good evening, happy new year in advance. Yes, I'm looking at the time. Yes, I'm gonna share this with you guys, and yes, some of these guys, you'll see, some of you might know some of them. There are some of the pictures I've recorded over the years, but I want to say thank you to all of them for being there. I'll just take you through the slide one by one. I assembled them earlier on today. Brace up yourselves. You might know one or few people in here. Now, this is it. I'm gonna take you through. I know a handful of them, guys. That's we call him Timiede on the right, and yes, that's him again, and that's Jimmy's husband. I gathered he said they're no longer together with Timiede, and these are the boys. Mirror in the middle, and Aries in yellow, and yes, these are the same guys. Yes, the guy in holding that piece of water, nice guy. He used to sell, but he had a boutique store on Kingsland Road next to Mirror. And here are those boys again. Here are the boys again. These are some of my recordings, and that's Femi Ondo, my good friend. He's based in Nigeria now, and that's Shamelon. Yes, these are pictures I recorded over the years, guys. JJ Oladimeji is here with Jumoke's husband in there, in brown, in the light brown. Yeah, JJ Oladimeji, good guy. Yes, JJ again with Jumi's husband. Jumi used to own an hairdressing salon in Dalston, but she then relocated to Kilburn at some point in time, you know. Right, here we are again. These are some of the recordings, some of those moments I recorded over time. Bidemi and the crew there. Baba Jesha is back in Nigeria, and of course the Sheyi the DJ. Here, yes, Bidemi and the crew. Arewa 2, yes, you can see them. Yes, you can see these guys, they enjoy life. You can see Timiede. Yeah, everybody just they chop life that time, you know. Yeah, these were the moments. I think this was outside Kingsland Road. Let me see. I'll get this later on. Yes, Said Obey. Yes, you can see. Yes, I think I remember this. This is Shino's, the opening of Shino's Barbing Salon on Kingsland Road. Yeah, Shino. Yeah, Airmaster. Yeah, I remember that. This was the opening of that salon at the time. Yes, Timia there with JJ Oladimeji. Yes, it was just Life Unlimited at the time. Yes, you see JJ doing naughty things there. You see that, guys? You can clearly see the life. But I behaved myself. Yes. Aries and Femi Ondo there. Yes. This is Jeff. I think this was when he was at Mirror's place on Kingsland Road. Yes. See, all this period can never be taken back again, because good that I recorded, and I've kept all this in the archive. Yes, I remember I made that Jeff Babin Salon poster for Jeff at the time. Yes, I gave it to him as a gift when he said he wanted a poster. I quickly just made that up for him. Yes, Shamelon. Yes, these are the boys at the time. They were just chopping live, you know, chop, 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 chop live. And there was no COVID at the time. No COVID. But I was glad I recorded many of these events that can never be retrieved. You can only just view them as memory. Yes, Bidemi and Arewa here. Bidemi and Aries. Yeah, Bidemi, Aries, and JJ Oladimeji here. Yes, the four guys. Yes, here we are. Baba Jesha, Aries, and JJ Oladimeji here. Yes, you can see. I've got loads, guys. Let's just go through them. These are some of those fantastic moments. Yes, guys. Yes, my guy, Femi Ondo, champagne all the way, Chamelon. Yes. Maybe some of these guys, they won't know this is being streamed right now. JJ, yes. Yes. You see, some of them won't know. It's been a long time. What you're looking at has been bad, too bad. Long time. Okay, Paul and Kenya Olagbegi here. Yes. Yeah, Kenya and DJ Sheyi too. Yes. Oh yes, these are fantastic. I think this was this Mirror's place? Let me see. Yes, this was Mirror. This was Mirror's place on Kingsland Road. Yes, Mirror himself. Timiede. See, life is unlimited. Timiede and Femi Ondo there. Yes. See, it's just 5G all the way throughout. That was Yomi there. Yeah, this is Yomi. Yeah. Yeah. Olagbegi, Timiede. See, these are fantastic moments that I have recorded over many, many years, guys. Yes. Too many. You can see. Alaji Money, and Femi Ondo there. Yeah, they will see it. It's the same. Yeah, I've covered a lot of events. These are bad boys. Yeah, they can't contest it. Aries and Albert Jidelawal. Yes. You can see this were a long time. Long time. Yeah, long time. Yeah. Bidemi there with Shamelon. Said Obe and Bidemi too. Yeah. Baba Jesha. Not the Baba Jesha that is in trouble. Oh. Yeah, I think I remember this event actually. Yeah, I think this particular event was when I went through my crisis. Yeah, I think my picture too was embedded inside here during the period when I was in crisis. But yes, Alaji Money and Femi Ondo there. Yes, Aries, Albert Jidelawal, Hoxton Travel. If you've heard of Hoxton Travel, yes. All this were the pictures I've got on my record, and I'm I'll be showcasing that, some of them again in the new year, at least for some of these guys to cherish. You know, some of them I got published, some of them I never bothered publishing them. Yes. Let's see this. Yes. This. Oh, rest in peace. Jerry. Jerry is in the center. My good friend. Jerry in the center. Yes, rest in peace, buddy. Yes. This is in the middle there. Yeah. I'll remember now. Yes, you see, they're all having fun. All these women, they were just having fun. You know, some of them, I know some of them. See? You see? These were some of my creative works, guys. Yes, you can clearly see Koboko in the Ankara there. Yeah. Boko. Bidemi's brother. Yeah. Ede and Timi Ede and Femi Ondo. Yes, there too. Yeah. My good friend, Abe Lincoln and Ray. Abe Lincoln, Abiodun Adenuga, left, and then Ray to the right. Yeah, we used to rock together those days. Yeah, all these guys were rock together. Yes, Said Obe again with Timi Ede. Yes. Jerry's on the left, Baba Jesha in blue on the right, and Timi Ede in the middle. Jerry again, rest in peace. We rocked together. We enjoyed together. Jerry's. Yes. Femi Ondo. Ray. Abiodun Adenuga. Abe Lincoln. Yes. I'm running through these because, guys, I said I should just Baba Jesha. You see, my camera. Many of these people, they don't know that I was even taking them because I had this long range camera. You know, some of them are not aware. Some of them are aware. Alaji Money and Ede there. Yeah. Baba is in Nigeria now. These were some of the fantastic moments that we've enjoyed. I've enjoyed with guys. Yes, people. Yeah. Yes, these are the House of Jerry's members. Yes. And that was me. Yeah, I said it. I said my picture should be in here too. Yes. This was during the period of my crisis, actually. You can see that. You can clearly see that. I lost a lot of weight. Yeah, and that's myself and Femi Ondo. Yes, I was in crisis that period. Terrible. That was the moment I lost everything completely. Yeah. Yeah, Baba Jesha is in Nigeria now. Alaja Folake Alawiye, yes. And this is Otumba Femi Shodimu and Femi Ondo. No, Otumba Tunde Shodimu. Tunde Shodimu. And my friend, Femi Olowokporoku and Timi of Ede. And you can see Wale Gap, handsome Victor Wale Gap, Polo, Kenye Olagbegi, yeah, Olowokporoku. I assembled all of them here. Wale left in suit, you know, PSV. Yes, Wale and Koboko here. Wale, Femi Ondo, and Timiede, and then Polo's back there. Yes, you see them. They loved my camera. They loved it. Yeah, you see that? Abe Adonre, òun àti olówó pọ̀rọ̀kú. Oh dear. Time flies. Time flies. See? Time flies. Okay, I know. Oh, no, let me just carry on. Yeah, let me just carry on, guys. I'll take you through. Yam flat. Yes, and see, I told you I work from the kitchen, and this was my office that you guys are looking at. And that's you can see clearly all the books, everything. You can see my Holy Bible, and you can see my heart there, everything. So this is where everything comes from. And you know, what's this? Yes, let's carry on again. Oh, where is this? Let me try and remember. Let me joggle my memory back. That's Bigeni on the left there, and that's Babanat in the middle, and Timiede. Where is this? Can this be high class? That's Jumoke's husband. Let me see. I think I'll remember this very soon. Okay, guys, and I think the slideshow, I've actually come to the end of the slideshow. Yes. Alaja Folake Alawiye. Oh, you know some of them. Arise is in Nigeria now. Arise in there. Yeah, you know Femi Ondo too. That's my real party, you know. Okay, guys, let's call it a quit and a day. I know some of you'll be going out very shortly because you want to hit the street. I'm not hitting the street. I'm at home. And on that note, let's bring the stream to an end. Episode 137 of the #Bleeding Edge series. On behalf of the entire team, the crew, I want to wish each and every one of you a prosperous new year in 2022. As we approach that year, make sure that at least you do the right thing, and make sure that at least you love the world. Let's bring the stream to an end. Today, Friday, the 31st day of the last month of the year 2021. The time in London is exactly 20:01. Thank you all for watching this stream. I love you all, and we'll do it again in the new year. So don't drink too much. Remember tomorrow. I wish you all the best. I wish you love. I wish you joy. And I wish you happiness. And everything that your heart desires in the coming year. Stay cool. And God bless you. Have a great year. Good night.